Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and we have got a lot to cover in this one, including 3.21, changing some of the Doom Tower boss mechanics, and then 3.30 coming next week, along with a couple of new champions we know they're going to be part of the Fusion coming up, launching soon. So we will get you caught up on everything you need to know. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, the 10x event for this weekend is live, and if you're curious, next weekend is going to be 2x voids, so you may want to hold off on some of those void shards until next weekend because it's going to be a good opportunity to have a buff chance of summoning big things from them. But I do have a dedicated video on this 10x. If you're curious, if you didn't catch that yesterday, I will link to that over there if you want full coverage on the 10x. And obviously, it is a couples Valentine's Day theme. You've got Cupidus and Venus, Manaya, Coronar, Zavia, Bellinor, and then Juliana Romero and Talia Phoenix. We've also got a brand new iteration of the Doom Tower, going to be 3.0 of the Doom Tower. I can't really call it version 3.0 because all three of the first Doom Towers have basically been the same. On this one, the bosses will be adjusted a little bit. I will get to that in just a second. But as far as I know, this Doom Tower is going to be mostly the same as the first two. But let's go ahead and pull up these changes and talk about the different boss mechanics here. So this was posted by Valkyrie, the community manager for Plarium on Raid, and it says, since the release of the Doom Tower, we've been looking for ways to improve or tweak it. While we're still working on the next full rotation, we have made a few changes to the current Doom Tower bosses to help make them a little less easy to beat with gimmicks and a little bit more strategy oriented. So here's what you need to know. The Nether Spider will now always attack with her second skill, Brood Feast, at the beginning of the round. Three of the current Doom Tower bosses, the Frost Spider, the Nether Spider, and the Magma Dragon, now all have a new passive. That passive is damage from skills that scale based on enemy max HP, including poison detonation abilities, cannot exceed 10% of the boss's max HP when attacking the boss. So those super hard-hitting, massive abilities like Septimus, Royal Guard, Cold Heart, or Zavia's Deadly Catalyst Detonate, those are going to be capped at 10% of the max HP of the boss. So a pretty significant nerf to those type of skills. And then two of the current Doom Tower bosses, the Frost Spider and the Nether Spider, also have a new passive, which is all turn meter reduction effects are decreased by 50% when used against the boss. So that's everything. Go ahead and try out these changes for yourself in the new rotation of the Doom Tower. As always, please let us know what you think of the changes on our official forums or at the Discord. I'm sure the comments will be very uplifting and heartwarming. Let's see here. How on earth? Wow, you actually said it and you did opposite. Great job, you made the Doom Tower. Yeah, so, okay, I'm sure this is going to be pretty upsetting to the majority of people. I personally, I don't understand the changes. I would have rather seen like new waves in the Doom Tower or different mechanics. I don't think this was really necessary. Like the Doom Tower wasn't annoyingly easy or something. It was a little bit easy for super endgame players that have spent a ton of money. But I would say less than 1% of players thought the Doom Tower on hard was like too easy. And honestly, if you've got the right champions and you spend the time to build them in teams that work in the Doom Tower, I don't really see a problem with that team performing super well. That's how I see it. I don't think this was super necessary, I guess is what I'm getting at, or at least not to this extent. Like maybe the turn meter reduction effect should be 25% instead of 50%, and enemy max HP should be like 15% instead of 10. I mean, I get it. You don't want it to be too gimmicky, and there are some champions that are able to like solo some of these bosses and stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of neutral. I don't really see the reason for it, but I do kind of get it. But I probably would have went a different route. So I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'm mostly neutral on it, but I don't think it was super necessary to go this route. I would have rather seen different mechanics in terms of waves and getting a new Doom Tower iteration, because we're going on the third Doom Tower and we haven't really seen anything except for these changes that I don't know are kind of unnecessary in my opinion. And there was a post on some of the 3.30 stuff launching next week, but as you can see here, for whatever reason, I don't know if Plarium took it down or if they're having problems with their site or something, but I can't access that information. I'm going to get you what I can and try to give you as much context as I can about what's coming up next week. But as of right now, recording this video, I can't really get to this information to be able to show you guys and go over it. But as of what I know currently, 3.30 should be launching next week, probably towards the end of the week if I had to guess. I don't know the exact day. You know, I'll keep you posted. As soon as I know, you'll know. But 3.30 is supposed to be a fusion event with a new dwarf legendary. We're thinking, we don't know exactly, but it's supposed to be a dwarf legendary, and it's going to be a fusion event. So we'll have like rares that go into epics and 4 epics that go into a dwarf legendary is what we're thinking. And then there'll be some changes to how the bazaar works, maybe some new things to buy in the bazaar, and then the rewards will be structured a little bit differently. There was a post on this, but like I said, I can't access it, but there'll be some small changes to how 3v3 and the bazaar and the gold bar rewards kind of tie in. But I was able to grab a sneak peek of a couple of the epics that we think will be part of the fusion, thanks to a good friend of mine. Let me pull that up for you guys, and we'll go over this. So we've got Pestilence. Now, I'm thinking this is going to be part of the Dwarf Fusion event, but we've got a Spirit Affinity support for the Knight Rev. The A1 is going to be attacked 2 times at random with a 30% chance of placing a leech for 2 turns. Not bad for an A1. We got attack 1 enemy, 50% chance of placing HP burn for 2 turns. Heals all allies by 15% of their max HP. If the HP debuff is placed, HP burn. Fill the turn meters of all allies by 15% if it is not placed. I mean, okay, on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Okay. Place 50% increased accuracy and 30% increased crit damage on all allies for 2 turns. That is on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. That will definitely help out because it does get tough in the Doom Tower to hit some of those higher accuracy thresholds. So increased accuracy is a rare buff in the game. That will help. And then increase ally accuracy in Doom Tower by 50. So lots of accuracy coming from Pestilence in terms of the A3 and the Aura in the Doom Tower. So, okay, I could see a role for this champion in certain teams. And then we've got Clawed Beast Feeder. Okay, so we've got the A1, attack 1 enemy, 30% chance of placing decreased crit rate. Okay. Place a shield buff on all allies. Nice. We like shielders. Equal to 20% of this champion's max HP. Awesome. Hey, on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Yeah, I like it. And scales with HP. Okay, we need more shielders in the game. Love it. I love it so far. That's on a 3-turn cooldown, and it scales off of this champion's stat, which means you can build for it, plan for it, and get max potential out of it. Okay. Then we've got placed 30% increased speed buff and 50%, wow, increase accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Woof. Okay, on a 3-turn cooldown when booked, and this champion only takes 4, 8, 10 books. It's not one of these Sakara, Alika, where you're talking about 18, 20 books or anything. Okay, I'm liking this so far. Then we got a passive, heals the ally with the lowest HP by 10% of their max HP at the start of this champion's turn. So we got some targeted passive value for the team. Yeah, this is a good epic. I'm loving this. Okay, so I'm excited for this one. I'm trying to react to your live, but yeah, the A2 that places shield on a 3-turn cooldown on this champion's HP, we need that. That's great. And then we've also got the big version of speed and accuracy. This is going to be a really good epic for account progression and also for faction wars on the Ogren tribe, and even maybe for the Doom Tower, helping get those accuracy and speed, very important when trying to progress in the Doom Tower. And then you get the passive heals, kind of like a Doom Priest or something every turn. So yeah, I love this epic. Very good job on the design here. I'm excited for this one to launch as part of the event. So it's going to be fun to see. We're going to need to see the Dwarf Legendary that comes out to know if it's going to be worth feeding this epic. It is magic affinity, so it's not like it's a void epic or anything. But we're going to have to see how good the Dwarf Legendary is, if this is part of the fusion, in terms of justifying crunching this. Then in terms of stuff going on in-game, we've got the classic arena takedown. Not a whole lot to mention here. Pretty standard, normal stuff. Nothing to really take note of. On the classic arena, we do have the Dragon Tournament. I messed this up in my last video. I apologize for that. I got all these Dragon Tournaments and multiple accounts I'm doing a little bit mixed up. But this Dragon Tournament is Ogren Tribes, Lizardmen, Skinwalkers, and Orcs. So it's the middle of the index. It is, if you pull that up, you've got that subset, the Gallon Pact, the 4 factions right here that you're going to have to to use if you want to get points on that current Dragon event. I apologize for messing that up yesterday, but you're also gonna probably want to try to get to 2050 today because we are getting 2x voids next weekend, so it would be fun to scoop that up. Then in terms of events going on, you're gonna want to pay attention to the champion training and the artifact enhancement that are both ending today. They're pretty standard. No void shard on the artifact enhancement, which is a little bit unfortunate. Then in the champion training, you do get a void shard, but it's way down here at 11,000, so it's gonna be kind of a grind. You're gonna have to weigh your options and see how much you've got going on in terms of progressing your champions and getting to that void shard. But those do end today, so you're gonna want to keep an eye on that, as well as the dungeon divers, which I'm pretty close to getting the ancient here, so I'll have to make sure and scoop that up today. But probably I don't know. It's gonna depend how hard I have to go in the dragon tournament and how realistic it is to win when I put together the gallon pack team. I'll show you the team that I'm using in the gallon pack if you are curious. Right here. So bang and bang. So I'm going with my new favorite epic Ugo as my debuffer block buffer. Draco, amazing DPS from the Wizardmen. Rosin is a strong affinity in level 20, and then Ignatius just for some for the aura and some damage. Kreela obviously with the ally attack. Can help your team kind of crank out DPS. So not the best team in the world, but I'm pretty happy with it, and this is what I'll be using to grind the dragon and scoop up some of those points until I get the void shard up at the top of the rewards. So that is my minute and a half gallon pack dragon team, just in case you were curious what I am going with. But now let's head on into the shop and see what is coming down the line here, if any of this is worth it. Okay, so these look like some new void offers that I don't remember seeing a ton of. Okay, so let me plug this in for you guys. Then we've got 700 gems, 850k, boom, and then 13 of the voids, 1.96. Okay, and then there is on the other side, let me move this for you here. We've got, let's plug this one in. I'm sure these are kind of new ones, so I want to plug it in. The first one, I wish it would have been 15 instead of 13 voids. Then it would have been something I could probably recommend. 500 and 500k. And then 7 of the voids. Boom, 1.86. So the one on the right is a little bit better, but costs a little bit more. Gosh, it's a 1.96, so I can't really recommend it. But we do have 2x voids coming up next weekend. Sometimes they release some good void offers that end up grading out as like a 2.4, 2.5. Sometimes they don't. So you're going to have to ask yourself if you want to risk it, if you're a spender in the market looking to buy voids, if you want to wait until next weekend and see what offers come out, or scoop these up at a 1.96 value. The monthly pack grades out as a 2.45 if you're curious. The mini mix pack, I'm not in the market for right now. We're not going to pay $15 for 5-star immortal gear. The sacred packs are usually terrible, but let me plug this in real quick just to see what we're getting. Let's go 1 million. And we're going to go 30 of the Ancients 2 Sacreds. 1.47. Yeah, not going to cut it. The Event Advantage pack, sometimes these are decent. Let me plug this in. 4 million. And then delete the shards. 10 energy refills, or I mean arena refills, sorry. Then 8 and 5 on the chicken. 1.63, is that right? 8, 5, 10 refills, 4 million. Oh, I missed the energy. I thought it was, I thought I remember that being better than that. Energy of 1,000. But still 1.86, so not going to do it. Out of all of this, the only stuff I would lean towards recommending would probably be this one right here, but that's a little bit expensive, so probably only going to be something that your medium to high spenders would be in the market for. In terms of really good bang for your buck, I don't really see anything in here that is it would be a super recommend from me. And before I let you go, there is some semi-big news that came through in the gaming industry recently in the last 12 hours or so. And Blizzard, which is Activision Blizzard, ATVI, the stock, they had their earnings call yesterday. And in that earnings call, it was revealed that while Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 are currently in development, Blizzard confirmed that neither of them will be released in 2021. So going to be 2022 at the earliest for both Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4. Diablo 4 could honestly be 2023 because we haven't seen a public beta yet, which means we are a long ways away. I would expect, personally, I don't know for sure, but I would expect Overwatch 2 first, probably 6 to 10 months before Diablo 4, and then Diablo 4 to come after Overwatch 2. And then in terms of Diablo Immortal, I did not see news about Diablo Immortal. That's kind of floating out there. No one really knows what's going on with Diablo Immortal, but I will do my best to keep you guys up to date and keep researching it and see what I can figure out on that. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. If you're watching it right when I post this video, I'm going to head on over to stream. You can find that link down below in a pinned comment. Nice and easy to find if you want to come hang out and play some raids. So as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.